Good morning and welcome to Tech Talk here on KGHS and KSDM. As always, Doug, Danielle joining us this morning. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
It is a good morning. I'm trying to make a couple changes on my computer. I'm feeling pretty good. We've been talking for a while. I think some things are rubbing off on me.
Yay!
All right.
It took long enough.
You changed your password, right?
I did.
Okay.
And my internet has sped up considerably.
Good.
Web browsers.
Yes.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm not sure exactly which one to go for. I've heard good things about Safari, Firfox, Chrome. I think Edge is the new one, or Google.
Well, yeah. Well, Google is not a browser.
Really?
Google is a search engine.
So not that one.
Right. Right. So the difference between them, right? So if you think of your browser as the window to the internet, right? It's where the internet, all the pages that you go to are displayed. So it takes all the computer code that makes up all these websites and it compiles them together and puts up the pictures that we see, right? And so you can use different programs to do that. And you mentioned some of them. Chrome is one of the popular ones. That one is actually owned and built by Google, so that's where it gets kind of confusing. Firefox, Safari is owned and built by Apple computers, and up until recently it was available for both PCs and Macs, but no longer. It's now just for Macs. And Firefox is another popular one. And Internet Explorer, some people may still have around, but the new version is called Edge, and that's by Microsoft. And so anything else, there's a lot of other browsers, but they're kind of small niche ones that some specialists use. But pretty much it's going to be one of those.
So aside from Internet Explorer, which I kind of understand is being phased out for Edge, which one's best? Which one should I use?
You know, they all have, they're all good. I'll put it that way, right? They all have, you can go on and look at reviews and you'll see that there's, some minor differences, and this one searches faster than that one maybe, but then you read another article that says the opposite. This one's more secure than that one, but then another article reads the opposite. They're all very, very good as long as you stick with Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Edge. They're very good, but it's good to know your way around your browser, and once you find your preferred browser, you get to know it a little bit because it's going to help you do a lot of things. There's a few things that can help you as ease of use in the settings. There's ways that you can adjust how the web pages get displayed, how big the print is on the pages. It can display, help you remember. It can set bookmarks so you can remember your favorite pages and be able to revisit them time after time. So those are things that you should look into in the settings. Security. There's various security settings that you can set. Some of them have ways that can block certain sites if you don't want family access to them or something. And a few features to look at too is the address bar. Okay, now your confusion with Google is that many people have that familiar Google page where it just says Google in big letters, and then there's a box that you're supposed to put in whatever you're thinking about, right? And that searches, and that's the search engine. But that box is not the address bar. If you think of every web page as having an address, all the way at the top of your screen, there's a long, narrow bar. And sometimes what's in there, it looks like a lot of gobbledygook, but that's the actual address bar.
That's where you type in www.smalltowntech.shop. By the way, you don't need the www on really any website anymore.
Right. And that's how things have been evolving. You used to have to type in http:// all this, and you don't anymore. You just have to type in, for example, smalltowntech.shop, and it displays. The password, many of these browsers also have a way to save passwords for you. And I would be very, very careful with that. Chrome, for example, if you are entering a password in a site, it might say, hey, do you want me to save this for you? And it has its own kind of password locker, so to speak, in there. If you look at the fine print for the browsers in their terms of service, they will tell you that it's not secure, and they don't intend it to be really secure, because securing down and locking down passwords is not the main part of their business there. So we have a policy, I know at Small Town Tech, of that we don't allow our employees to save their passwords in the browser password locker because it's notoriously unsecure.
Is there anything that is such a small deal that you might say, yeah, you know what, go ahead and let it remember it?
There might be, things that really have no...
Your Netflix, so we can share it.
So we can hack into that and see your Netflix.
I'm putting that under Fort Knox. Nobody's getting in. We've had problems before. Not happening again.
The other thing, that address bar up at the top, something else that you should look for up there is look for... When it does display the address, it'll have that HTTP, and look for it says HTTPS, not just HTTP. And sometimes, I know Chrome does this, and I didn't check the other ones, it displays a little padlock up in that bar. And that means that that website is using security measures to help secure your connection to that website. If it has no security measures, then it's not as a secure connection that you're having with them. So that's something to watch for.
So if I'm on my first computer since not necessarily Windows 98, but it's been a while, and I'm needing help, I can bring it in to you all at Small Town Tech.
Always, yep. Bring it on in. Give us a call. We'll be glad to help you out. And if you're on our ProTech program at home and something weird pops up on your browser, you're not sure, we can remote in and take a look at it and help guide you through that as well.
I'll be on the lookout. Danielle, Doug, thank you for joining us today. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
Sounds good.
Bye.